Hiya. Again, I know we've not done a video in quite a while. Sean done his unboxing thing, but we've not really done any reviews. So today I'm going to review Batman The Long Halloween. This is it here. I'm going to review the Absolute Edition of it. Absolute Editions are something DC do with our like really highly reviewed books, highly regarded works of literature more than comics. They publish in the Absolute form, which are big, like huge hardbacks that are slipcased, leather bound, like really high quality pages, high quality printing, bookmarks and stuff in it. So this is the Batman one here. You can see that's his slipcase. Comes out, we get a small image in the back and this front here. So I'm going to talk about it a bit before I show you the inside of it. Batman Long Halloween continues after Batman Year One. Batman Year One is a story of Batman's first year fighting crime. Bruce Wayne's first year as Batman, and it mostly revolves him fighting around gangsters because they are the real threat in the city. Supervillains like the Joker and the Riddler, the Penguin aren't really about yet. Long Halloween again follows this tradition, so it's mostly about fighting gangs and organised crime, but supervillains do make quite a lot of appearances as well. Basically the story is called The Long Halloween. There's 13 issues, which takes place from Halloween one year to Halloween the next year. Every issue is a holiday, so we've got Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, so on and so on. And every one of these holidays there's a murder. Obviously a serial murder because it's all the same kind of clues left at the scene, same kind of modus operandi that's left. There's always an item left at the scene that represents a holiday. Like Valentine's Day we've got a box of chocolates, and New Year's we've got wreaths, Thanksgiving we've got food basically left about. So the story is about Batman working with Jim Gordon, works at the police, you'll know who he is, and Harvey Dent, who is a district attorney, but at the time he's not Two-Face. He actually becomes Two-Face over the course of the story, so it's great to see that, his origin, as well as one of Batman's first major cases. So yeah, it's basically the story follows there's a rivalry between two of the major crime families, basically mafia crime families, pretty much. They're at a war between each other, and so obviously it's quite adult, like it's not very like other Batman stories, looking at that. So that's the war's going on between them, and then all these murders are happening, and these murders are usually happening to members of these crime families. You don't ever see who the killer is until the end of the story, and you can see that it's really getting at Batman and his team, almost team really, of Jim Gordon, Harvey Dent, of trying to take them down, or trying to take the crime family down, as well as trying to get this killer. Harvey Dent kind of looks at it that these people are clearly guilty of major crimes, they've killed people before, why do they not deserve to die? And at times Jim and Batman like discuss, was it Harvey, like you know how he feels about this, like even though he's a lawyer, I mean he believes that some people do deserve to die for their sins, whereas Jim and Batman both have the same kind of view that they should go to court and they should be tried innocent until proven guilty sometimes. Jim has very similar mindset to Batman. Even though he doesn't go to the extreme of wearing a suit and fighting crime, he still believes that all crime should be destroyed, basically. So obviously the characters are really great, and you get a perfect idea of who everyone is. It's one of Batman's first big cases, but it still has all the style and the same personality you would expect from him. He's not a different person really. The supervillains in it, they do appear in pretty much every issue really, but they aren't the supervillains that you come to expect. You don't feel there's as much of a threat, but you still feel they're dangerous, you just don't feel like they own the city yet. So it's really good to see all them in kind of more extreme ways. Obviously Two-Face appears in it later. You also get to see Bruce Wayne and Batman, both of them appear in the story, so you get to see how their lives connect. Catwoman appears in it as well. Catwoman is with Batman, fights a few times, I'll probably show you that in the next video. And Selina Kyle, who is Catwoman, appears with Bruce Wayne, so you see how all their lives connect together. I know it's hard, it gets thrown out quite a lot of these stories, but it has got a very noir feel to it. It's got kind of 50s style artwork. Yeah, something that really stood out for me is when the murder scenes happen, you don't see it from a third person view, you see it mostly first person from the view of the killer, or just you don't see the killer's face, so you don't know who it is. But it's in stark black and white scenes apart from the item left to identify the holiday, and that's in colour. But that's something that really stood out. It's really a great style. It's a very stylised book overall. It's really not like many other comics. It's very violent. There's a lot of violent scenes in it, a lot of fighting, a lot of blood. So you can see that in the next video as well, probably. Obviously the artwork. This Tim Sale draws it. He's got a very unique style. It's not highly detailed, but it's still detailed enough for you to be able to know who everyone is, to see the scene perfectly. It's really great. It's very 50s style, I think. It's not set in modern time, the book, but it does have a very 50s feel to it, the artwork and even the clothes and stuff they're wearing. So you can see that. Tim Sale's just a great artist. Some of his stuff's exaggerated, like Batman's pretty huge at times, but it just works for the characters. It just works for the scene as a whole. It works as a whole. Obviously it's set in Gotham, so it's very dark and gritty, and the artwork just fits in with that perfectly. So everything's great about it. Something about the book as well is borders around most of the scenes, but I think that's just a style choice. Like aspect ratios in movies, it's not just because they don't want to print the whole picture over the whole page. There's a few extras and stuff in the book as well, just interviews and making ofs, essentially just what you'd expect from an absolute edition. So now I'll show you some of the inside of the book. Alright, so this is a slipcase here. There's nothing really much to see in it. It's the absolute Batman, Long Halloween, Batman on both sides. And here's the actual book here. Pretty meaty, obviously. Start up, it's like a sketch, or half sketch, blending into the real drawing, with the usual intro stuff. There's actually an introduction section by Chris Nolan and David S. Goyer, who's writers and directors of The Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Probably know who they are. Every cover, as you can see here, is based around the holiday it's on. So with Halloween, we've got the pumpkin there. We've also got a cat, representing Catwoman. And this is quite a great intro here, I believe, in Gotham City. In fact, as you can actually see here, it's a full page, there's no borders. But you can get to this, no borders here either. And it starts here. But still the image is pretty big. You can see the 50s kind of stuff here. It's quite bland colours, no extreme detail, but you can still see the characters perfectly and you can envision who they are. Selina Kyle, her appearance here. Here's another one that has no borders in it. Batman and Catwoman. Some great artwork here. You can even see in this video. It's fantastic to look at. Comparing it to a regular book, I'll just bring one here. Obviously you can see there's quite a size difference. Even looking at this. In fact, this has got borders on it as well, so if you include that in the size difference, it's quite a bit bigger. So it's definitely worth buying for the absolute, because Tim Sale's artwork's lovely to look at. It's not, it's sometimes in stuff like all Marvel's big events and there's tons of fighting, it's just ridiculous how much detail there is. It's like you don't need all that, and this is quite concise. You can see everything that's happening, but there's not too little information. You can see everything. There's Solomon Grundy here, so there is villains and kind of extreme monsters. Quite violent as well, as you can see there. There's blood everywhere. There's actually there's a certain scene, and I will never, in fact, there is here. Somebody dying in a bathtub filled with blood, so it's not exactly child friendly. But this is also you can see here it's a black and white murder scene. Obviously you can't see that this isn't first person, but you can't see who the killer is from this. What is it? Item left. I can't even see some of this stuff. Some more double page spreads with Catwoman and Batman. Obviously Catwoman's costume's different from this as well, from normal, as you can see. There's some explosions as you get. There's some of the gang members being investigated. It's really great stuff like that. It's very stylised, just staring straight on at the person getting investigated. And all these kind of extreme camera angles. Here's the Joker appearing at it as well. And you can see him here, like, it's quite different from what the Joker normally looks like. Quite extreme, really. It's just him kidnapping people at Christmas. I know I said that they don't feel like a threat. They are still a threat. It's just you don't feel like they own the city. You feel the gangsters own the city. Try and find some other great pages, like talking about, there's Harvey Dent, obviously in Two-Face form. It's quite extreme and grotesque. I'll try and find a great picture of Harvey when he's basically taking over the gangsters, and he's basically taking Falcone, one of the main gangsters that own the city now. I'm never going to find it. It's 13 issues, and two of them are double sized, so basically it's 15 issues, so it's a really big story. But yeah, it's highly recommended. You can see here, it's a massive book. You can probably see from here the artwork's really nice to look at. Just some great pictures there as well. Most of the issues end on just one page artwork. So that's really good. There's a lot of big stuff to look at. And yeah, it's fantastic, so it's highly recommended. And again, it's Absolute Batman The Long Halloween by Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale. I hope you enjoyed the review, and keep in touch, because I'll probably be doing another collection video shortly, because I've tidied it up and got a few more things since last year. So see you then.